So hi there, everybody. This is Mike Smith from the Experienced Professionals Agency. And with me today, I'm very pleased to welcome Phil Lauer. Phil is an expert in leadership development and employee engagement. And I've been having some great conversations with Phil, and welcome today, Phil.
Thanks, Mike. How are you?
So first of all, Phil, just tell me, what is it that you do?
Well, I transform team productivity and employee engagement to grow a return on investment.
That's pretty succinct, by the way. That's great. It's pretty succinct and hard hitting. So that's great. But okay, how would the owner of a company, a senior executive, or particularly an early stage company founder, what sort of symptoms may they see in their company and in their operations that would tell them they need to come speak with you?
If you're growing as a company, you're going to have change issues. So if you want to successfully implement change management, that also goes back to behavior and communication on the part of the leadership, but also how that message is received by the team. If you want to grow customer goodwill, you've got to have a company culture that promotes the employee and the customer. It can't be solely technical or product based. If you want to come up with creative solutions to drive to the market or unique solutions based on whatever environment you're in, and you're not really getting those ideas, that could be a symptom. If your sales are not hitting the marks that you think that are possible, that could be a symptom. You could have bad attrition, where you have people that you want to keep, but for whatever reason you can't, instead of the people that you might not want to keep, but you have to because you've got to have a butt in the seat.
Okay.
So those are all symptoms.
Okay, and there's things that certainly most company leadership and company founders will be keeping an eye on. So that's great that
Right.
you've got some clarity around the sort of symptoms that people would see.
Sure.
So once a company does hire you, what's the approach you use once you're in there doing the engagement? Do you have like a formal step-by-step? Do you use, I hear about these things called personality assessments and things like that. Like, how do you actually go about approaching the actual engagement once you're in the company?
So I also created an assessment that this not only gauges the 5 elements of an employee's work life, but it also looks at 15 different behaviors. And by doing that, I'm able to say, what do we need to do and where do we need to address not only gaps between the leader's performance and the team's perception of their performance, but what are those needs for the employee to have more satisfaction within their work life, and not just employee satisfaction, but things like loyalty or identification with the company values and mission, etc.
What's the best way, Phil, for anyone to come speak with? If someone wants to reach out to you, how do they contact you?
But personally, the best way is LinkedIn.
Okay.
I like to use LinkedIn for a couple of reasons. One, people get to know me, they get to see what my capabilities are, but I can also get an opportunity to see who they are. And then, obviously they're going to research me, I'm going to research them. But that's a great way to communicate because LinkedIn is always on. I may not always be in front of my email, but I have that LinkedIn app, right? So.
Fantastic. Look, that's great, Phil. Thanks for enlightening me and the audience around what you do in this area of leadership development and employee engagement. It's really so important. And I think what you've done is link that to the success of companies. So thanks very much today for joining me and giving your time, and have a great day.
Thanks, Michael. You too.